An ollie is nothing but the simple jump, and therefore the first and most fundamental trick in skateboarding. While the front foot is positioned between the middle of the board and the bolts of the front truck, the ball of the back foot is placed in the middle of the tail. To get yourself and the board off the ground, press the back foot quickly down on the tail towards the ground, making a pop-like motion. As soon as the tail hits the ground, jump upward and slide your front foot from the middle of the board towards the nose simultaneously. It's important that your front foot is well placed on the grip tape, so your front foot doesn't slide off the board. Both the move of popping the tail of the board, jumping, and dragging your front foot up the board have to be done in a fluent, well-coordinated, simultaneous motion, so you get the proper ollie movement. If everything has worked, you should be in the middle of the jump phase now. Now your board is with both trucks up in the air with yourself over it. At the highest point, you should prepare yourself for the landing. Try to land with both feet over the bolts of your trucks and your body over the center of the board to maintain your balance. This also keeps you from landing too hard and cracking or breaking your board. Make sure you bend your knees a little bit to cushion the landing and to keep your center of gravity balanced. Now keep doing it until you have it on lock. Frontside 180 ollie is an ollie with a 180-degree turn. The body and the board jump and turn together in a frontward motion, exposing the front part of your body first, hence the name frontside. The foot position is similar to an ollie, except you put your back foot a bit more on the outside of the tail to push the tail forward a bit while popping and turning. Most important is your shoulders. Before you pop your tail, build up momentum with your shoulders by bending down and twisting your shoulders slightly to help spring yourself into the 180 motion when you pop and jump. When you pop your board, push with your back foot the tail a bit forward to help make the 180 turn. The rest is just like the ollie. Try to control the direction of the turn with your front foot and the rest of the board and your body to follow with it. At the beginning, you do not need to do the whole 180 degree while you are in the air. When you land, you can also put your weight on your front truck and drag the remaining degrees and back truck around on the ground. When you land, you can also put your weight on your front truck and drag the remaining degrees and back truck around on the ground. It's important that you do all of these movements simultaneously, like in the ollie, to execute a good, clean, fluid frontside 180. A backside 180 ollie is an ollie with a 180-degree turn, but where the body and board move in a backward motion, with the back of your body exposing first as you do the turn. Hence the name backside. This is the opposite direction and motion of the frontside 180 ollie. The foot positioning is similar to an ollie. You just put your back foot a bit more on the inside of the tail. Just like with the frontside 180, the most important thing is your shoulders. Before you pop your board, build up momentum by bending down and slightly turning your shoulders to prepare you to turn backside when you jump. Next, pop the tail down and behind you as you jump and do the ollie motion while turning backside at the same time. Just like the frontside 180, let your front foot guide you where you want the board to go and let the back foot and the rest of your body follow. You can also do the backside 180 ollie without the scoop and just do a normal ollie motion and turn backside 180 late while in the air. In the beginning, you do not need to do the whole 180 turn. Just like the frontside 180, you can also put your weight on your front truck and drag the rest across the ground. Pop shove it is a very important fundamental trick. With the pop shove it, the board turns backside 180 degrees, but the body remains in the same position. The foot placement is similar to an ollie. When popping the tail, you drag the tail in a scoop-like motion across the ground behind you. The front foot only has to do a little bit. Very slightly push your front foot up and out in front of you as you pop and scoop the tail with your back foot. As the board turns 180 degrees, lift off both legs to get them out of the board's way. As the board turns 180 degrees, lift up both legs to get them out of the board's way. Catch the board with both feet over the bolts of your trucks and land. Most important is to find the right timing and the right amount of strength so that the board turns exactly 180 degrees and doesn't under-rotate or over-rotate. A kickflip is often the first flip trick learned. With the kickflip, the board flips and does not turn like in the pop shove it. Place your back foot similar to an ollie position on the tail. Your front foot should be slightly behind the bolts of your front truck and turn slightly with your toes toward the nose of your board so you can slide your foot up the board and off the nose of your board behind you. After you pop your tail, drag your front foot hard over the grip tape towards the nose. The toe and the side of your shoe should slide off the nose and side of your board slightly behind you and straight ahead. This motion across the corner of the nose with the side of the foot and your toes makes the board do the flipping motion. This motion is kind of like a karate kick, hence the term kick flip. After the toes of your front foot have left the nose, the board starts to rotate. Be patient and practice to find the right amount of power needed in the kick, the right timing, and the correct foot placement. As the board is done with its rotation, try to catch it with your feet on the bolts of your trucks and ride away clean. A heel flip is also similar to the kick flip, a flipping rotation of the board, but in the opposite direction because you flip the board with your heel instead of your toes like in the kick flip. While you place your back foot similar to an ollie position, your front foot should be placed near the bolts of your front truck or slightly behind them with your toes hanging off the edge of the board. Pop your tail and slide your front foot up the board towards the nose and kick out in front of you with your front foot so that your heel catches on the edge of the nose of your board. This will make it flip with the kick of your heel. After the heel of your front foot has left the nose, the board starts to flip. Be patient and practice how hard you need to kick the board, the right timing, and the correct foot position. As the board is done with its rotation, catch it with your feet on the bolts of your trucks, land smooth, and ride away clean. Backside board slide is the term for sliding with the middle of your board on a rail or ledge, so that the ledge is behind you. Therefore, the term backside. Approach the ledge almost parallel to it, with your feet in the ollie position. Ollie up towards the ledge. To get the middle of your board on the ledge, you have to do half of a frontside 180 ollie. So basically, a frontside 90-degree ollie. Getting the middle of your board on top of the rail or ledge is not too hard, because you have a lot of space in the middle of your board. To prevent your board from cracking, you should try not to jump too high and to land smoothly on the rail or ledge. Also, try not to land too hard. To have a good balance while sliding, try to have your feet on top of the bolts of your trucks and your body weight centered to avoid slipping and falling back. At the end, turn your hips and shoulders back towards the straight riding position and come off the end of the rail or ledge and ride away clean. Frontside board slide is the term for sliding with the middle of your board on a rail or ledge that is in front of you. Therefore the name frontside. Approach the ledge almost parallel to it, with your feet in the ollie position. Ollie up towards the ledge. To get the middle of your board on the ledge or rail, you have to do half of a backside 180 ollie. So basically, a backside 90-degree ollie. Aiming with the middle of your board is not too difficult because the middle of your board has a lot of space to slide on. To prevent your board from cracking, try not to jump too high. Try to land smoothly on the rail. Also, try not to land too hard. To have a good balance while sliding, try to have your feet on top of the bolts of your trucks and your body weight centered to avoid slipping back. It's important that you only turn your hips into the slide position and keep your shoulders straight and remain looking in the direction you are sliding. At the end of the ledge or rail, move your hips back to the straight riding position and roll away clean. 50-50 grind is the term for grinding on a ledge or rail using both of your trucks. You can do 50-50s either frontside or backside, depending whether the obstacle is in front of you or behind you. Therefore, frontside 50-50s are a bit easier to learn because you have the obstacle in front of you. No matter which 50-50 you want to do, try approaching the ledge almost parallel to it, while you put your feet in the ollie position and ollie up towards the ledge. Try to aim with both of your trucks to land on to the side of the ledge. For most people, it's much easier to jump onto the ledge frontside than backside. Try to land smooth on the ledge to avoid landing too hard and sticking. It's best to have your balance not too far forward to avoid sticking and falling forward, and not too far back to avoid slipping and falling back. While grinding, both of your feet should be on top of each truck to have a good balance with your back foot slightly towards the tail. At the end of the ledge, you shift your weight slightly back and lift up on the back truck, similar to lifting up and rolling off a curb. Lift up and roll away.